Carly, you can't see it, but Sierra and Reagan are both dancing.
We're like, let's go.
Also, y'all named your characters with the first letter of your names, so I'm always wanting to say Safine for Sierra or Remember for Reagan. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. I didn't know that we did that.
Yeah, we're subtle. Hey.
Amazing.
I made this magic person and I gave them all my trauma.
Tamsin's gonna walk up. Like I said, he's gonna go up to that booth. Do I, now that I'm like at the booth and I see the person, like,
They have the mark on them as well.
okay,
Yeah.
but they're more stiff than everybody else. You said.
Yeah, they're
just very prim and proper.
yeah, and as soon as you step, which stall did you say you were
The
way
one
up
with
to?
all the little boops and blocks.
Okay, so this is you step up, and the human man who's standing behind his wares. When you get to within about 10 feet of him, he goes from stiff in his place to doing his job, and he seems to relax a little bit. And good morning, hello. Can I help you, kind sir?
Yes, I was just looking, interested in what you have. I myself am a jewelry maker, and I collect things from all the places I travel to and to make jewelry, and I just noticed you had some nice pieces.
Well, thank you. Most of what I have is not necessarily for, well, I don't make it myself. I do have a few pretty things here that might turn into something nice for someone else, perhaps yourself, later on down the road. But, what is it in particular that you're looking for?
Well, nothing in particular at the moment. So they just looks like a bunch of different like pieces, right?
But it's very nicely, neatly organized.
Right, organized. But
Yeah.
there's still like the gears.
Yeah,
and
there's
the bolts,
there's
but
some
they're
of
shiny.
these are all very, very nicely taken care of. They're very shiny. Not so much gears and bolts as it is like a little metal plate or like some very nicely dyed leather cording. You have a few polished. It looks almost like maybe quartz or something like that. Nothing super highbrow, but it's all very nice quality.
Okay. I think I might just peruse through your items and take a look. I had purchased some pieces right outside of town a bit, and nothing like this quality though. So
I suppose that you weren't quite in the capital then, were you?
no, I think I learned my lesson there. Do you have a rate, a basic rate, if say I wanted to buy like 5 pieces, or can we work out a deal?
We certainly could, based on what it is that you'd like. I can't really rattle off a menu.
Of course not.
You want some milk?
I totally understand. So I'll look, and if I see anything I like, I'll ask you.
Of course, absolutely. And as soon as you say that, he goes back to standing stiff and smiling.
And so I'm just gonna
Sounds
like a
Doctor Who
episode.
It surely does.
Okay. Just to see if there's anything beyond that.
I like how we were like, it would be so fun to play Monster of the Week, and then we were like,
Is this shopkeeper's brand like out in the open?
Sorry.
I think it's his brand.
Not natty, but 20.
what's his
Okay.
Instagram?
There's nothing else that stands out about him.
He's
But
got an
he is-
automaton.
He's breathing. Like you see him breathing. You
Automatons
see.
can breathe
like,
sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually.
Hey, so he just has
So-
an off switch.
No,
a
you
sleep
see
mode.
him. So you see that he's breathing. He's
Yeah.
blinking every now and then. He seems when people come within a certain distance to him, he does seem to like start to almost come to a little bit and like relax a little bit more. But he's still
This
just.
dude's got a built-in movement sensor.
Almost as though there was a hitbox, say if we were playing a game.
Right. I'm gonna look through on the cart.
Yeah.
Does he have any type of like wiring or like what's the word I'm looking for? Chains?
Yes, he does have a couple spools of chains that are behind him, and you can see there's one that might be it might be even as cheap as tin. You see one that's definitely silver. You see a bronze one. You see a heavy steel chain, and you see one that's actually smaller, and you can tell that it's lead.
Okay. And then as far as like little stones, you said there's like a nice quartz stone.
There's some quartz.
Are there any familiar blue stones?
No, there
Okay.
aren't any of this. Ones.
That's a good thing.
That's
We'll
cool.
probably do it with something else though. But are there any particular colors? I think you said there was like some blue stones, some quartz. Any like that stand out? I'm just trying to see if I can get any like unique to this area.
Probably. Honestly, the quartz would probably be the only bit that's quote unquote unique. It does seem very nicely polished. They're all of a fairly nice size, and he does have quite a few of them.
Okay. Tamsin's is gonna kind of like wave in front of us. Excuse me.
Yes. Did you decide?
Yes. What would you charge for the silver chain and the quartz piece?
How much of the chain were you wanting?
Quick estimations. Is it like chain link?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
linked. It's linked chain. It's just
Okay.
on a spool.
Yeah, but it's not like swing kind of chain.
No, not at all.
Like
The only heavy chain that he has is like a heavy steel, and that's
Okay,
more
yeah.
just like back tucked in a corner.
I was thinking 2 feet worth.
2 feet I can do for 15 silver.
With the quartz piece.
Yes, sir, with the quartz piece.
Every time I go
Could you
shopping,
do
Tessa
12?
has to argue with the shopkeeper.
That is a bit of a dip, sir.
13.
Is there a reason that you need such a deal?
Well, I, as I said, I'm a jeweler, so I have to craft it and sell it and be able to make a profit. It's how I make a living.
Yes, I don't necessarily make this myself. If you're wanting to haggle, though, I could give you the 2 feet and one of the smaller quartz
For 13,
for 14.
make it the larger quartz, and we've got to deal at 14.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't need the deal that badly.
Thanks.
Alright, we'll do 14 for the smaller quartz in the chain.
Very well. And he, just turns around, snips off chain, a perfectly 2 feet size length of chain, wraps it up into a little linen pouch, and then passes you that and the smaller quartz, and then holds out his hand.
And I give him the 14.
It's like that scene from Wrinkle in Time. Bouncing all the balls in unison. Not about it.
I love that everyone is instantly like, they're nice.
There was one of them specifically selling food, right?
Spices, it looks like.
Oh, spices.
Mhm.
Does it look like anybody has any kind of travel rations or anything like that?
There is a half-elf man just across from the stall that Tamsin is at who has more for travelers. It's definitely looks like there's some lengths of jerky hanging up. There's a bunch of rope. There's that's where the horseshoe, water skins, that sort of thing is.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to that booth because I know we were eating down our rations, so.
Okay. And it's the same thing. You get within 10 feet and he relaxes a bit out of whatever kind of hold he's on. Yes, may I help you?
Real quick before we get into the interaction, can I see his tattoo? Is it in a visible spot?
Would you know to look for it? Is the thing.
No,
would
because our
it?
party member doesn't share anything with us.
I don't know if you've told us at this point. You probably haven't had a chance.
No, I haven't.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Wait. Fuck. Yes, thank you. I'm looking for some travel supplies.
That was in character. That just happened. She just had a stroke.
Why does Sophie do this to herself?
It's not Sabine.
I'm not talking in character.
I'm looking for some travel supplies. A group of friends of mine. Pardon the rough start. I have a bit of a head cold. Sorry.
Maybe change accents.
I'm looking for some travel supplies for a group of friends of mine. We're traveling towards the capital, so as much as we would need to get us there.
Just as much as you would need, or would you like a bit extra?
Just as much as we need. I think we're pretty adept at hunting if we need to.
Very well. I have, let me see here. Do you need anything for horses or cattle? Are you traveling on foot?
No, I believe we have 3 horses with us.
All right.
I
Well,
think.
I can give you some feed for them as well as yourselves. And how many did you say you needed?
There'll be 5 of us traveling total, and a small child. Apparently.
Now, let me see here. With what I have, I can offer it to you for 4 gold pieces.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. Thank you very much.
Oops. And he very nicely bundles it all up for you and sets it down in front of you.
Okay.
I love having a party fund.
It's pretty sick.
It's not like infinite, but we're set for a little while.
Is there anything else I can offer you?
Taking a look around, it's just like stuff I would have in my pack already. Kinda, right?
It's like pack supplies. So
Yeah.
He's got a couple torches. He's got like matches and
Okay.
that sort of.
I don't believe so, good sir, but thank you for your time. I do have a question for you, though, if you have a moment to answer it.
Yes, I do.
So, recently I heard there's been a bit of a change in management for the city. A new mayor, someone said?
Yes, actually, and his face just brightens up. It's Mayor Ulox. He's quite the man, and honestly, we're very grateful to have him.
I keep hearing that. You know, my friends and I are kind of nomads. We don't really have one place to be, so the idea of having a mayor, a good one like that, that's kind of new to me. What makes him so great?
Well, he is a good man, and he looks out for us.
You fight real good.
When did he take command? When?
Just a few months back.
All right. And is he a local? Was he born here, or did he travel here?
Well, I suppose he's always been here. He's always been here? I think he's always been here. Sierra has just taken her sweater and covered her face with it.
Mm-hmm.
Always been here, huh? Well,
Blonde
does he have a family with him? A wife, a husband, or anything like that?
No, I don't believe he has any family. Not that I've ever asked. I should probably ask. It would be the kind thing to do.
I believe so. It was neighborly, you know.
Of course.
Well, I'm very interested in meeting the man. Everybody has such high things to say about him.
It would be a shame if anything were to happen to him.
That wasn't in character, please God.
You aren't even with me. Like, I don't think you were with me.
Okay, good.
No, I'm not.
We're gonna get kicked out of gear.
Well,
We've been here for 3 days.
I could see if he's free. He often entertains.
Does he? Y'all have regular access to him like that? Gonna get dragged off to the beast below. Let's go, y'all!
We've not investigated the monster.
Well, he tries to be a man of the people.
That's good to hear. Well, I don't think I have the time right at this moment, but knowing that he would be at least willing to entertain the idea is a good thing to know. Thank you for your offer, though. That was mighty kind.
Of course. Have a lovely day. And then he goes back to just standing and smiling.
This is definitely magic.
Metaphysical.
So you
Sorry,
said there was
I'm doing
another booth that had just like random supplies.
That's the one that she was at.
Oh, I thought she went to the food one. So I'm gonna meet up with Anger out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a map? Or did you get a map? Did you ask?
I did not ask. I'm sorry, Tamsin. I did not think to. But I'm sure we can just look around. It's a pretty open booth, I think.
Yeah.
DM, can we please find a map?
Is there a map?
So they'll stop asking.
There's not a mouth.
No! Our new mission, our new end game.
I'm gonna walk through like the other booths and see if there's maps.
The big bad's just gonna be the map from Dora.
I'm the man.
Machete is there. I'm crying.
She thought she was going to the treehouse. It was a hole with spikes.
Oh no!
Also, the thing you sent me looks good.
Sick.
Yeah.
I will be using that now.
So, you have gone to 2 of the booths so far, and so you... Poor desperate Tamsin. Poor desperate Tamsin being in a place he does not know.
We need side roads, people.
Exit strategy. Octopus. Do you know where your exits are?
Do you have
Your exit buddy.
You actually do find one of the small booths is that one that had the parchment lined out with the stones holding it open.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I didn't hear that description.
There is a human woman standing there with her strawberry blonde hair pulled back, and she.
I'm gonna do an experiment.
Okay.
I'm not gonna walk up to the front of the booth.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to like kind of the side, out of her peripheral,
You know, like a beef would.
to kind of just like approach to see if she still responds, even though she can't see me.
Okay. So you go ahead and roll stealth.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Oh, I wasn't trying to be like stealthy. I just wanted to see if she would respond, but that works. I think it's a, yeah.
Is my boy still asleep?
Why is
Yeah,
my
he's
kid
still
frozen?
just drowsy.
My boy.
5-year-olds sleep a lot.
Do they?
They'll sleep for like 2 or 3 hours at a time.
Sweet. Our boy is
16.
nocturnal.
She, unlike the gentleman that you approached, who kind of brightened up, she turns and, "Excuse me, sir, if you want help, you need to come to the front of my booth."
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. I was just coming from the other side, and I didn't mean anything by it. And Thompson walks around to the front.
May I help you?
Some stuff for wives on the bullshit.
I love feeling Sierra just get rigid.
Is her mark visible?
It's on her wrist.
Well, if only we all knew to look for this secret mark.
Damn.
I, who have an Arcana modifier of 7, I wish I knew to look for this thing.
I'm actually interested in a map, and they're like there, and I see you have some really nice maps.
Yes, our hunters, as they go out and comb through the area, they come back and I am able to sort of jot it all down. Is there some place in particular you're looking for?
Well, me and my mates are heading to the capital, but if you have a map that's pretty detailed with side routes, we're just trying to get to the lay of the land because we don't have a permanent homestead. We're traveling, and so we're just trying to get an idea of where everything is at. So if you have hunting routes and routes and all of that, a map with that would be fantastic.
Well, let me see here. This one will likely suit your needs, and she holds out a map, and it is very beautifully detailed, and Giron is like at the center of it, and Iteseth isn't even like on it. You can see that it has the name of Iteseth and like what direction you're headed, but other
It's
than
like a
that,
white spot.
it's just not even. They didn't even bother drawing it on there. This one is 22 gold pieces.
22 gold pieces.
Yes, sir. They do take some time to make.
Oh, yes, I am sure, and the craftsmanship involved in this is quite lovely. I know I said I made some jewelry while we were traveling. I have not marked out what any of that jewelry is.
Hi, we're just
But
like
can
every
I
15
say
minutes
that I
watch
have
something
some
or
jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exciting thing though.
Would
Warlord specialization
you
that I just
possibly
picked at
be
18th level whenever
willing
I use
to
Indomitable
reduce
to
the
reroll
price
a saving
if
throw?
I
I can
include some
extend that to the entire
jewelry
party,
pieces?
so if we get hit by
I'm
like
a
a
jeweler,
wisdom saving throw or
and
something, I can let the
I didn't
entire
know if
party
you'd be
reroll.
willing to trade.
18th.
And
Okay.
how much is it that you're wanting me to drop the price?
So when we're
Well, I
fighting
could
like
show you
an
the
elder
pieces,
god
and if you like them,
that
you
tries to
could
do
let
psychic
me know
damage on all of
what
us
you
at
think you
18th
could
level,
drop off the
I
price.
can be like,
Very well.
I'm gonna show her.
and you will add my charisma or my intelligence modifier to the reroll.
I'm going to show her some beautiful leather and
What every
wool
woman wants.
pieces. They're like wrist pieces.
Alright, hurry it up 10
Boy.
seconds. Bartering it.
Because I'm trying to think what else I would have.
You've traded and sold most of your like prettier jewelry.
Yeah, so I have some
He rolled
really
for the first time to do a
cool
perception check an hour into us playing. That was the
pieces
first
that
roll.
I kind of pump up and like, oh, the story behind this is amazing, and then they're mostly like leather pieces, leather bracelets, and arm wraps with some type of
Those
like
look
wolf or.
very nice, sir.
They're very different from anything around here. They
Not
come-
really. We have hunters who go out and make things like that for the children.
Ew.
Give it a rest.
That was a
Is
look
Sophie
down
yelling
for
that
me.
off to the
Yeah,
side?
legit. I'm tired of waiting on you.
Tennyson takes out 22 gold pieces.
We could probably
And then
set it up for
she
party
rolls up this beautifully done map and puts it into a long tube that is actually made out of wood, and she goes ahead and sets it down. There you are. I hope you enjoy that.
By the way, I had a quick question.
Yes.
I couldn't help but notice that beautiful tattoo on your wrist.
Tattoo?
Or marking, I'm not quite sure what it is.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what you mean.
She doesn't see it. Or is she just not acknowledging it?
She's doing what she's doing.
You know what? Perhaps I was mistaken. Do you know of a tattooer in town? Or somebody who does body art?
I'm sorry. No, I don't think that there's anyone like that in town. Is that what you're looking for?
No, not me personally, no. I was just curious. I heard somebody say something about it.
Ah, I see. No, I'm sorry. I'm not really for that sort of thing.
That totally makes sense. This is a beautiful map, and it was great doing business, and I'm sure this will come in handy. And you have a lovely day.
Remember, it looks
And
fantastic.
you, sir.
And turn around and walk away.
For the love of God, would I have heard the conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have overheard it. Yeah.
Thank you.
If he
Dan.
pointed towards her wrist, would I look at her wrist and see the
That's
tattoo?
that's up to would Angerod have looked over if he's talking.
Looks down, looks at Tempson.
I mean, yeah, if I'm here, I already know something's hanky. Like,
Okay.
Janky.
can I, like, can I?
play it
Well, are you there?
Do it with your words.
You came over to my booth first.
Well, then I went.
Yeah,
and then I went.
y'all
to
are
the
all
okay.
in this market.
Yeah, so I would have
Okay,
followed
there
you.
is the- like
We're literally all
Tenzin,
waiting
that would.
Ten-
I didn't know you were At the booth. I figured. I just said I went to the booth. Nobody else said they went to the booth. So
Tamsin, what are you saying about tattoos?
quietly, so
Yeah.
the lady stays asleep. Look at her wrist,
Can I look at her wrist?
and you see.
And he's gonna send it to
You're the
me.
only one who does.
You see this.
And you would, because you are a wizard and a magic user, you know that that's a conjuration symbol.
Like this conjuration.
They're conjuring.
Well, no kidding, but like,
Rabbits.
wait, that's a different conjuration. So,
asked
Rena,
her-
what are you doing in all this?
I am watching.
Wow.
Fair.
Wait, is this what you asked me about if I had a tattoo earlier?
Yes, but I don't think we should discuss that now.
Apparently, tattooed people are hussies, according to that woman.
Well, she's a hussy.
And then
Does
quietly,
the NPC perk up and she's like, excuse me?
quietly to remember, I asked her about the marking, and she looked at her wrists and looked at me as if I was crazy.
The anger at you mean?
What?
You said to remember.
Oh, yes.
Remember
So-
doesn't do plot. It's okay.
I don't know. To Angrad, and I'm like, she acted as if there was nothing there.
It is a mark of conjuration. It is, let me refer to my spellbook for a moment.
Practically Google.
Should we do
What
that?
happened to your country accent?
I'm talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
Can we all hear this whispered conversation like all around each other?
We're just like group huddled in the middle of this marketplace.
Very suspicious.
Super cool.
Don't be
So,
suspicious.
I can tell you that no one would have gotten a conjuration tattoo of their own accord. This is Garam. We don't believe in that.
Because they're hussies.
Just because of the tattoo or because of the conjuration element?
Conjuration element.
So tattoos are fine?
I don't see any problem with them according to my own morals. Some people are a little higher and mightier, but
You also steal things.
okay, we're not getting into my moral conjuries now.
Interesting. It
You
is.
said.
It is interesting to me that it would be conjuration because I would think that it would not be a. I would think that it would be a. Not that school of magic. Conjuration is creating something out of nothing. It is not affecting people who are already there. So unless they have replaced this entire town with conjured things,
Well, everybody I've seen has one of these markings. Everyone. Perhaps they're conjuring an emotion?
there is a school of magic for emotions. Or there is a school of magic that. Let me refer to my spellbook. There is a school of magic that is specifically for effect over people, over charm and things of that nature. It is odd to me that it would not be typed in school. First thing that pops up is schools of magic 5e.
When the internet listens when you play.
Is there is a school, and I'm gonna make sure nobody's listening to us while I'm explaining
Yeah,
this
we're
to him.
probably walking along
Yeah.
like, kind of privately.
There is a school of magic. It is called enchantment, and it is specifically for influencing and controlling others. It is why I can change the way that I look sometimes. It's not because I am changing, it is because you are changing the way that you see. I don't understand why this spell would use conjuration instead of enchantment. Unless they are not the original people.
And they're not really here.
Correct. That would be my thought.
Some matrix.
How much would it take to replace a town of people?
A lot.
Oh, see, DM, I didn't pick my spells yet, so I can leave my spells just the way that they were. But I was gonna put down protection from good,
Yeah.
good, but I didn't want to do that.
No, that's okay. I'll yeah, go for it.
Oh,
Just transparency.
Ew, do they have to like reanimate bodies then?
I don't know.
So,
That is really gross.
Well, if you're saying that all these people have been replaced,
We should
they have to
stab
have been
them.
replaced by someone.
I don't know that for sure. I'm just, as of right now, that would be my thought.
well, and refers
I
to
think we need to see the
nameless.
bear.
Amethyst didn't seem like everybody here.
Yes, she did. She could not think of a reason why she likes the mayor.
That's true.
And they did say in the previous city that there was a blonde spellcaster that absconded into the country. I don't know how long ago that was, but maybe somebody's crept in unnoticed.
Didn't they mention something about the forest fighting back?
Yes, that's kind of what we dealt with on the way in, but they said that that's been gradually getting worse.
Isn't that Duna's people?
No, not the trees.
No. They are closer to the capital.
So, do we know what these other buildings are on the map?
So as you, unfortunately, Carly, you cannot see the map. Daniel, would you mind texting a group picture of that to the group? So, this one is a shrine. Where did I put that other one? This one is also a small shrine. And then that would be the Church of Gielinor and Gielinay, which is
the Two-Faces.
the two-faced god, yeah. But the other ones don't necessarily have signs out. You do see, sorry, let me make sure I've got them there. You do see, as you walk by, you see, did I not put it? No, I didn't put it. Okay. You can definitely tell where, like, the stables are. You see, like, the horses, and it, like, smells like a stable. You can see where there might even be a tailor. You see someone shaking out a really long length of dyed linen and hanging it to just sort of set the color in the sun. You see, but you can't necessarily tell a whole lot. That sign saying fairy is there, though.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we should go to the temples and find the religious people, see if they're under the hokey pokey, and if they're not, we should go to the mayor.
Turn it all about.
I wanted to stop by the churches as well, so I don't think that's a bad idea.
To the churches.
Star swipe.
Alright, which
Go
one
to
are you
the
going
Two-Faces?
to first?
Yeah, let's go to Two-Faces
Let's
first.
go
and
visit Two-Face. See if he's encountered Batman recently.
Somehow, I don't think a god would be happy with us calling it Two-Face, but
It's got two faces.
I mean,
It's accurate. Okay. I'm so sleepy, but if I drink the Red Bull that's in there, I will die.
do you want me to
Why?
pour out
My
something?
heart will explode.
Or there's some coke
Pour
that
one
you
out
can
for
pour
your
like a
home.
shot of.
Yeah. Well, I've had stuff. I've had a lot of sugar, so like I thought that would do it, but
No, that's probably why you're so tired, though. It's
Damn
because
it.
you had a bunch of sugar, and so you're gonna crash from it.
damn it. This is not the intention.
Carly, do you still have the thing I sent you about Giron?
Indeed, I'm going to pull it up right
Alright,
now.
cool. So you guys go ahead and you meander up to this beautiful, what looks like a stately home. There is a chimney that's going. You can see there's some light on in the windows. It doesn't necessarily look like a temple. It doesn't necessarily look like, what the heck? Hold on, sorry, my things just got completely scrambled. What did Google Docs do? It updated everything. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Very sorry. It just mucked up my stuff. So you can see that it looks just like a very chill home. There is, however, a man who looks like a beggar sitting out front of it. Sorry, where the heck did all my stuff go? Okay, so you can see that there is a man sitting out in the front, and he has bandages wrapped around his eyes, and he's sitting there with a tin cup held in one hand. And as you approach, you do see that he too has this mark on his hand that Tamsin was mentioning.
So, I walk by, and, I mutter, to the twin-faced, and I toss a silver coin in his, little tin.
And before the coin even lands in the tin, he snatches it out of midair and puts it in his pocket. And he just bows his head as you go past.
Well, pay your respects.
Do I notice any symbols or anything that would let me know that this is...
You see that same symbol that you saw on everybody else on his hand, but he is just sitting.
Was that the hand that he used to catch the thing?
No, actually, the mark is on the hand holding the tin. He used his other hand to snatch the coin out of the air.
Where might I get a fine tattoo such as yourself? And I kind of point to his tattoo.
And he just kind of turns his head towards you and tattoo.
And Tamsin just kind of shakes his head now a little bit at her.
I must be mistaken.
And he raises his cup and jingles it a little bit, and you can see there's like 2 bronze in there, just enough to make noise.
This man's a scammer. I just saw you get a silver.
Come along, you cheapskates.
Oh, I do not want to hear from you, madam. And then I just walk past him.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Wait, what are we doing? Sorry.
She's got to roll a dexterity check.
She tried to skip the man.
17. You know what? And Sophia in her mind was like, my mom always told me, don't ignore it, because there's always like the Sleeping Beauty, or not the Beauty and the Beast thing. It was like the old woman who was like, you need help.
As you go past, you feel something on your shoe, and you turn and look, and your laces have come untied.
Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi.
You didn't trip or anything, but your laces are most definitely
That's
untied.
Angerad'll kind of reach into her thing and pull out 2 silver. And she's like, forgive my friend, she's shit.
It's gonna be on brand for Angrad the whole time.
I really thought you just called Sophia shit, to be honest.
I did too.
And he sort of chuckles, and he just lifts his tin up, and he says, for the twin-faced.
And I'll drop the 2 silver in.
And then he reaches in and takes out specifically the 2 silver and tucks them into his pocket.
He's got like stuff around his eyes, right? He's like wrapped up.
He has bandages wrapped around his eyes.
Does he have a third?
He doesn't have a third eye.
There's precedent. Does he glow?
No, he does not glow.
Does anybody glow?
No, not the way that the 4 of you do.
Does he glow to me?
He does. A little bit. It's the same sort of dark and light that most people seem to have.
Sick. I just look at him. That's not a way to make a living. And then I tie my boot back up.
And he says nothing.
Remember, gives him the silver. I haven't figured out how people in Berlin pray. But she gives him the silver and then does the eye motion for Bane thing.
Okay.
I haven't figured out what that is yet, but we'll get there.
And he just murmurs for the twin-faced and then takes the silver and puts it in his pocket.
I don't know. If it's a blind god, I guess I'm here for it.
He's a part of the Gillinor Gillinay faith, if you must know.
Wonderful.
And he rattles his thing at Tamsin.
This is gonna go so good. We're wicked not gonna get kicked out of this country.
Tamsin's not gonna enter. Tamsin's just gonna stand
We
there.
did some shit.
And he's just gonna kind of like nod at the guy and see if there's any response.
He nods.
And then he's gonna throw a row.
And so you four, you go ahead and you head into the church, and it's a lovely place. It's very warm. It's very welcoming. And at the where you saw the wheel before of Jalen, yes, Jalen.
Yes.
I made a pantheon.
Yes.
So where the Church of Jalen had that half wheel put up, this looks like, you think that maybe they just painted a wine glass onto this plaque, and then you look again and it looks like two people facing each other, and it has a veil over it. It has this beautiful gauzy green veil over the plaque that's at the edge of the room. And there are, rather than just wooden benches, there are actually what look like beds lining these areas. And there are, at the edge of each of them, which they're not necessarily like a queen size bed or anything. It is a wooden bench, but it has like some kind of quilted top to it, so that if someone did want to lay down and sleep there, they could. And at the end of each one is a locked box, and that's just the interior. There's a fireplace where you can see that there's something simmering in a heavy cast iron pot. But other than the man that was outside, there's no one else in here.
Oh, so he's like the priest? Whoa.
He's the housekeeper.
Shit job.
So Renata wanders to the front and starts like muttering prayers.
Oh, now
Just going to take
She's always
this
been
moment
religious.
to remind everybody,
She tried to
OOC.
steal at the last shrine we were at.
We have met these gods.
Oh yeah, we have.
Mm-hmm.
We met these homies in
1,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Back when old what's his name?
Back when I was still writing in cursive.
While they're in there,
Steve.
Tamsin's gonna kind of pull out the map and look at it and just kind of like start studying the routes.
Okay. Yeah, there's clearly the main route that takes you up to, I'm pretty sure, Watervale. But there are, you can see what are marked to be hunters' trails.
Mm-hmm.
There's marked areas where there are like little hunter, like houses that are like tucked off
Right.
into the forest where people can kind of like chill if they're out there hunting for a couple days.
Cool.
Remember, just gonna make really pointed eye contact with Rina and then kind of gesture at the beds and be like, what kind of temple is this?
So I kind of like go over. This is to Truth and Trickery, Gillinor and Gillinay. I serve trickery a little more than truth. But this is one of the basic deities in the city.
What are the beds for?
What do you do in beds?
I
Well,
start making lewd gestures.
I
with
don't
my
do
hands.
anything in beds, but I don't know what.
It's
like-
for sleeping.
Oh,
People who are on the run find protection and they can sleep here.
Oh. So not for, and I start making lewd gestures with my hands again.
I mean, kind of depends on how you want the gods to view you.
Gross. Wait, what are the boxes for then? To put your things in? Do you put your things in the box at the end of the bed then?
You can, if you so desire.
Feels like you're asking thieves to take your things.
We knew a person named Desire.
I mean, if you... The problem is, if you're sleepy and you put your things in a lockbox in a safe place for pickpockets, do you think your things are going to be there when you wake up?
I mean, probably not.
So it's temptation. Or hazing for the younger ones.
Wow. Alright, well, that old man was unhelpful. Let's move
Be
on.
careful what you say.
Listen, I've had to talk to the gods face to face, and they're just as annoying as that old man. And they know it. It's fine. It's part of their brand.
Wait, you've seen Gillinor and Gillinay?
I think so.
Yeah, we were all there.
In the maze, right?
Briefly.
Let's return to my notes.
There was a blink
So
dog, too.
There was Blink Dog.
yeah, so it was after the maze. The female one, whichever one that is, was
Gillinor.
sure inside the house, tied up, and we set her free. And then
We shouldn't have done that.
we should not have. They appeared to us again as we were exiting the maze, and it sent Jade kind of into like a crazy trance thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have it written down. I don't remember this happening, but I have written down Jade bowed in front of her, and then she gave Jade a veil. So that's important.
Dang, man.
Um,
Why'd you have to go and leave us, Jade?
And then Desire told us afterwards that they gave him a vision. Basically, his ex-girlfriend was dying, and he had to go help her. And Jade says,
Stage left.
and Jade says she used to worship them as a child, and she was pretty out of it when she met them. And that's all that I have written down.
Hey, Baggins, play Despacito.
So I look extremely baffled, and I'm stutter out. You've seen Gillinor, they actually exist, like it's not just a myth.
Well, all of them do. Apparently.
But we don't see them.
We've come pretty close.
I think we've collectively met about 6 of them by now.
And then they bamfed out of there.
Well, I met one of my gods.
Same.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Actually, wait.
I just make a little gesture and kind of like take a couple steps back.
Rena feeling left out. I'm not there, by the way.
Honestly, if you hang out with us for long enough, it's probably going to happen to you too.
I'm not sure I want to meet any of the gods.
They're fairly nice.
I'll take your word for it.
Alright, and Sophia starts like brushing her hands off. So what are we doing here, folks?
Hey.
Hey.
Unsure finger guns.
I mean, didn't you say there was something else? If there's something here, then you want to go to the mayor.
I mean, we could question the old guy out front, but something, what are the names, Janice? No, that's the green one. Hang on, hold up.
Gillinor and Gillinor.
Damn it, Janet. I love you.
Gillinor and Gillinay typically aren't very helpful anyways. They
They're
always,
helpful in their own way.
if you want conflicting words, it's like when you are first in love with someone and they lead you on, and you have a great time for the first month, and then afterwards you realize every time they talk, it could be true, but it could not be true. And then you get sick and tired, so you leave them.
I know this sounds really bad. Are you okay?
That was very
I'm just saying, that's what it feels like. That's how they are.
Please don't choke.
The kindest thing Remembrance ever said to me. Y'all have been together for a month. That sounds really bad. Are you okay? Okay, I'm gonna edit all that out. You didn't.
That was genuine.
I know. It was really cute. Just imagine big old Remembrance with a baby in a sling, looking very concernedly down at Sabine. Are you okay?
Mom mode activated.
Oh no, that didn't happen to me. It happened to my friend. But anyways, I'm just saying, you can never tell which one's telling the truth. That's the whole shtick, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes it's Gillinor, sometimes it's Gillinay. That's like the whole ruse. So you can never find out what's going on anyways. Unless you're like, am I wearing a purple shirt? And then one of them's like, yeah, and the other one's like, no.
This long.
Fair enough. And if you don't want to question the old man, let's go to the mayor.
Alright, well, is there another place, the more like shrines?
Mm-hmm. There were the two other shrines. The shrine to Jalen and Felina.
What are they for? What do they do?
Felina? She, how would you explain Felina? The harvest, we celebrate her during harvest time. And Jalen is for traveling, so I figured that you lot could probably use a bit of blessing from Jalen.
Haven't we already been to one of his shrines?
Yes,
the one
he's
with
the
the wheel?
half-wheel god.
I suppose we can't get anything more then, so we might as well just go to the mayor. Pip pip cheerio.
Okay, so you guys go ahead and you exit out of the church, and what's Tamsin been doing this whole time?
Studying the map. I figured it would probably only 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, he's probably just studying the map the whole time. And as he sees them come out, he kind of rolls it up, puts it in the wooden case, closes it, throws it around his back. Anything eventful happen? No, so you all lost money to that not blind dude. And I say it a little bit louder for him.
Oh, should we have perception checked that building like Real Adventures?
Probably.
I'm gonna go back in.
Oh my god.
Wait, I've forgotten to look with my proverbial third eye.
I forgot to look with my actual.
What?
It's proverbial.
It wasn't in my character voice. You can't hold me to something that's not in my character voice, okay?
12.
You can't see anything super of note. You see that one of the locks on the lock boxes actually has little scratches on it, like someone did pick one of the locks at some point. But that's about it.
Yeah, alright, let's go.
Sophie marches back into the church, looks around a little bit, and she's like, yeah, whatever. And just leaves.
Super helpful like always. Thanks, fellas.
Well, they weren't super helpful the last time we encountered
I
them.
was being facetious.
I know, I was just pointing out the lack of their helpfulness.
Alright, so where are y'all headed?
Just made me think of that
Monsieur le Maire.
God.
Alright, so you guys go ahead and it really isn't difficult to find anything in this town. Everyone is exceptionally helpful, and the minute that you even mention that you're looking for Mayor Ulox, someone is very happy to lead you towards this beautiful, stately, well-manicured lawn, manor that looks a bit out of place. The town is big. It's not big enough to deserve this sort of beautiful home. And there's actually, the door itself is quite large, and there's actually a smaller door built into it that is halfling sized.
Oh, cute.
And the gentleman who led you there, he just, well, this is it. This is where Mayor Ulox resides. He's likely home.
Is he a halfling?
I'm sorry?
Is he a halfling?
Mayor Ulox?
Yes.
Oh no, Mayor Fancyleaf was.
And he's staying in his home?
Well, this is where the mayor lives.
And where does Mayor Fancyleaf currently reside?
I suppose he's home.
What if this was his home? Where is he now?
I'm sorry. Mayor Ulox lives here. If you'd like to speak with him.
Okay, thank you.
And he just gives you a little bow, and then he goes off on whatever way that he was going before.
I wait for him to go away, where the coast is clear, and I turn to remember, should we have the boy turn back into a dragon? I just don't know how this will go with a child going into this circumstance.
I don't like going into this building in the first place. I don't think.
Perhaps maybe only a couple of us should go in.
Then you will be separated from the rest of us. If anything happens in there, we will need all of us together. But
What's the worst? This is supposed to be diplomatic, is it?
we know it won't be.
Yeah, did you just hear what
Oh,
you guys
Tamsin,
said?
you could wait outside again like you did with the blight.
Oh!
Let's go, Harley, all the fucking way!
You know, I just spent 22 gold on a map for us, so I didn't feel like wasting money on a man who wasn't really blind, who serves two gods who harassed us, basically, so...
She said waiting outside with the blight.
Oh, with
the
the blight.
tree.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's your excuse now?
I do recall somebody showed up and helped you all, like, live.
So, anyways,
Either way, I find it offensive.
How could
that
you say
there's
something
a
so
door
bold
for
and yet so
halflings.
anyway, is he still asleep?
No, he's awake, but he's just chilling.
Honey, how hard would it be for you to very secretively turn back into your true form?
He said no.
I know, but now I need you to do it quietly.
No or yes. Mama's got. Mama.
I
He
know.
said no.
I know, it's so confusing.
And then as he sighs, he's just a dragon hanging out in this little sling.
Instead of a seagull. Okay, perfect.
And he's got like the gold and the bronze. He has like
Holy-
probably one of Angerod's earrings or something. He's got all of the things that he was punching before. He's just holding on to.
I'm gonna just take the earring from him and give it back to Ingra, and I'm gonna act like I'm hugging Remember and like shovel him into my hood.
Okay, he goes and he
remembers the statement from earlier and just like actually leans into the hug. There.
Oh, I wasn't hugging you, I was just getting the
As I
door.
remember, only had like one girlfriend and she's like dead now or something.
Basically. Close enough.
And Sophia's like awkward, like panic. Okay, alright. Anyways, get in the hood, kid.
And he goes and he curls up in the little hidden part of the.
Alright, now you have to be quiet because this is a super secret mission.
Secret.
Right, good boy. Onward! I'm going to cast protection from evil and good. Question mark?
From both of them at the same time.
Oh, apparently that's always prepared? Question mark? Oh wait, no, that's a lie. Sorry. Protection from evil and good.
It is not.
Oh, is it touch? It's only for one person.
Yes. It's one.
Hmm.
And they are protected from certain types of creatures. So aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast that on myself, I guess,
Yeah.
just for kicks.
You guys fight this dude.
No.
You can't. You take the notes. You're the chronicler.
Alright,
Do it.
so you guys are still just standing outside of this beautiful manor.
Great. Let's go in.
Do you just go inside?
No, knock. I mean knock. Sorry. I thought you meant into the gates to go to knock on the door. I was like,
No,
oh,
he
that's
like
right.
led you up into the like courtyard area.
Security is lean here.
Alright, so you go ahead and you knock, and it doesn't take but a few moments for a man very well dressed to open the door, and he's elderly, probably in his like late 60s, and he bows a little bit as you step up and, may I help you?
We're here to see Mayor Oolong's.
And who may I say is calling?
Damn it, we got the name. Giselle Delancre. As I gesture to Angron.
Yes, I'm from out of town, but
good
I
to
have
know
a noticeable. This town's doing very well. We're looking to maybe bring some of that prosperity back with us to our affiliates in our hometowns and where we travel to. I'm just interested to see what Monsieur le Maire is doing that's made this town so prosperous.
Monsieur the... Yes,
It's
please.
a inside joke. You would have had to be there.
Yes, I
Monsieur
understand.
Delancre.
You may wait in the study. And he leads you into this beautifully decorated room with a roaring fireplace, these beautiful, like, bearskin rugs. Just, this place is gorgeous. And similarly to every building that you've gone into in Huron so far, it has those same, like, gas lamps inside.
I really love that your southern accent. What is that word? Oh my god, your identity that's not yours.
My secret?
Your
Alter ego?
No, that's one word. Who cares? That doesn't matter. I like that Giselle Delancre is your southern accent person and Angerad is your like French person. That's hilarious.
Alright,
It's very good.
So you guys are ushered into
Alias?
this beautiful study, and there is a wall of books. So you walk into this room.
There must be more than this provincial line.
If you've got good credit, it's be my one.
It's my favorite.
Alright, so you guys aren't in the study very long. 5 to 10 minutes at most. Long enough for you to like get a general look around the room. And
Does he have
then
interesting books in his library?
he has super interesting books. He has
Oh.
lots of books.
Oh.
Dude, were you here when the guy, we were like, where does Mayor Fancy Leaf live? And he was like,
Yeah, I ran to the bathroom right after.
Okay, just making sure you were there for that. My guess is that he's in the dungeon.
So
Or he did.
So you guys are in here just long enough to get like a general look around the room, and the door opens, and a very stately dressed elven man is standing there, and he has just beautiful white hair that's pulled back into a low ponytail, and these blue and silver clothes, and a lovely cape that is actually only slung over like one arm, and he offers you all a bow. Good evening. I heard that you were looking for me. I'm Mayor Ulok.